How do you like to end a meal? Do you have a sweet tooth and crave something a little indulgent? And what about a wine to wash it down? On this episode of Crush on This, we will indulge in desserts and pair them with wines. We hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more. I know I have a sweet tooth. I love to finish off a meal with something sweet, such as dark chocolate or ice cream.
Well, I prefer something rich and decadent at the end of the night.
And I also love to wash it down with a dessert wine, anything from Moscato or Riesling or Sauterne to a fortified wine like port or Madeira. I often find that sweet wine also has so much acidity, which cuts through the sweetness of the dessert, making a harmonized pairing and kind of bringing that sweetness down a bit.
You know, that sounds fabulous, and I do agree. But for me, the key is to focus on the dessert and find a complementary wine pairing. And I think, Allie, you're going to find this kind of interesting. I always return to my favorite red velvet cupcakes. Cherries, raspberries, a little hint of chocolate, cream cheese frosting. Honestly, they're absolutely mouthwatering. And now you may have expected me to choose an on the sweet side wine pairing, but I found a fruit forward Pinot Noir with my red velvet cupcake is absolutely fabulous. So the cupcake isn't overly sweet, and the Pinot Noir has enough juicy red fruit flavors on the palate to be a real compliment. So let me just take a little bite of this delectable, oh my God.
Decadence.
It's fabulous. It's wonderful. I have the Connoisseur 20 Barrels Pinot Noir, 2018, from the Valle de Casablanca in Chile. It's fresh and juicy, like I mentioned, 100% Pinot Noir. It counterpoints the cupcakes with those notes of raspberries and plums and sour cherries and just a little bit of toast. You know, the cupcake is not overly sweet, and that's what I love about this pairing. I'm loving the perfect amount of acidity on the wine and the soft tannins, and it's just a great compliment.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. And, you know, like you said, you're more into decadence than you are into sweetness, which is kind of opulent there, you and your Pinot and your red velvet cake. So
that's right.
You know, I totally agree with you. You have to start somewhere in pairing. And the question is, do you start with the dessert and pick the wine, or do you start the wine and pick the dessert? You can go in either direction. The same rule applies in any time you're pairing food and wine. Do you start with the wine you have and pick what you're going to eat, or vice versa? So while you started with your dessert and then picked a wine that would work with red velvet cake, I went in the reverse, and I started with my wine and then had to figure out what dessert I was going to have. So it all worked out because it was everything that I like. I have the Oramus 2010 Tokai 5 Petunios. This is made from the ferment grape, which is the prominent grape in Hungary. And Tokai Azu, which means dried, wines are painstaking to make because you need a confluence of humidity, heat, wind, and rain to create botrytis, the noble rot, which concentrates the sugars and acidity, you know, dries up those little grapes into raisins. Yeah. So then they go in and they pick these grapes individually. The shriveled grapes are then pounded into a paste and stored in tubs called petunios, and that's where this name is coming from. And then they mix it with a wine base and let it macerate. And so they can range from one petunio to 6, getting sweeter in each one. And I have the 5 petunios. So if that makes any sense, it's like 120 to 150 grams of sugar per liter. So that's sweet, right? But it's also got tons of acidity. And just so you know, the 5 Petunios were the wines of the kings. So I'm drinking what the kings were drinking.
Oh, there you go, royalty.
So, you know, this is a wine that is made very slowly and has a lot of aging. And for as much effort that goes into making the wine, it has the aging potential of 100 years. Now, I'm not going to age mine 100 years. I'm enjoying it now. You get these intoxicating aromas of apricots and honey. Wow. Oh my God, it's so good. It is sweet on the palate, but not too sweet. You have this really bright acidity that kind of harmonizes it, so that really what it tastes like is having apricots and honey. I mean, that's what it tastes like I'm having. And so this is dessert to me, a decadent dessert in and of itself. And you would typically pair this with foie gras or a triple cream cheese, which I am fully in support of those pairings. But if you want to do dessert like I did, you want to go for something from like a creme brulee to anything chocolate biscuits. But here's the key is chocolates with like orange or nuts, coffee, caramel, you know, a little more of that savory. So I went to a local chocolatier near me here in Los Angeles called Lady Chocolat.
Oh my goodness, those look fabulous.
Oh my God, so good. A little family-owned chocolatier here in West LA. And I picked a selection. I've got orange marzipan. I have a dark chocolate, an orange rind. I have a praline, so nuts and orange, and just thought I'd try them. So let's see, I'll do the orange rind because I thought that would be.
I can't wait.
Really good. Because remember, even with dark chocolate, it is sweet and it has a very coating thing. But as you know, like orange desserts tend to have that citrusy tang that it has.
Yes.
And that mixes really well with the honey notes of this wine. And I'm going to do one other. I'll do the orange praline. I'm just looking for an excuse to eat all the chocolate.
I know.
And even better.
Oh, wow.
The nuttiness. I love that with the nuttiness. Just great. I mean, you can keep indulging me as I. The savoriness of it. That's what's so great is this, not savory, but you know what I mean? Like the nutty, last one, almonds and chocolate.
Yeah.
Last one.
So, but I love the chocolates because you could put an array of chocolates on a plate at the table, pour the Tokai, and let everyone just kind of choose what they want. It doesn't have to be a sit down plated dessert.
And then lastly, that one that has all the array of nuts on it, like this. What's nice about that is that's the least sweet of all the chocolates. You really get the bitter chocolate flavors and then the nutty notes. And so the sweetness really comes out in the wine. So it's really fun to play to see how the sweetness is enhanced or sort of reduced and balanced with, like you said, if you had an array of chocolates. And so to me, that's a decadent dessert.
Yeah. Decadent means so many things to so many people.
Yes, absolutely. So now that our sweet tooths are satisfied, we hope you have some ideas now of what to pair with your desserts. You can satisfy those sweet tooths with any kind of wine. Pick your wine first and then your dessert. Pick your dessert and then your wine, but have fun. And then give our video a like, share a dessert and wine pairing you like, and subscribe to our channel for more. Cheers.
Cheers.